Hi everyone, it is C, and today we are back playing Hypermarket Simulator. So this episode, we are going to finally do the restroom as well as the office edition. So this will be a speed build. I started off by just first moving over the shelves. That way we can put our bathroom in this little corner back here. So this section is normal, and then in just a bit I will speed up the rest of the video. But I do hope that you guys are having an amazing day or evening. If you are new to the channel, if you would consider hitting that subscribe button as well as liking the video, I truly appreciate it so much. But this is where we start speeding up the video. Guys, I am not good. I mean, I guess if I really paid attention to the different sizes, I probably could figure out like the modular walls as far as like what I need, but I'm just guessing. So I end up, you'll see, not right here, but I end up getting so many different sizes of those modular walls and trying to make it work. And I probably should have just measured, but it's okay. It's a-okay. I just like to make things harder on myself, you know? But we are working on the restroom first. And you guys will see it comes together really well. It takes me a while though. It takes me a while. I will say that. Again, the modular walls, if I just measured, I probably wouldn't have had issues, but I place everything and then there's like a gap, so then I have to move everything. It's a whole thing. But we will just watch this. And I think here I was trying to figure out the office area. Excuse me. And then I hit my mic. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I am recording this first thing in the morning. It is Sunday at the time of recording this. And I know I mentioned it in other videos, but I like to watch football and the NFL season is back. So I am trying to get this done before noon. That way I can just sit on my couch, be lazy, and watch my New Orleans Saints play football. So I got out of bed and I immediately sat down and do this voiceover. But let's see. But yeah, so we work on, I'm trying to see. I think I was just like, okay, yeah. So I got the double door frame for the office, and then for the bathroom, I did single. And I'm just getting all of this out of my way so I can make room. And again, guys, like here, I probably should have gotten a smaller wall to start. Excuse me. And you'll see, you'll see eventually what I mean. But it's all a learning process. Sorry. I'm watching myself too, forgetting I need to talk. You know what's so funny? Like, I don't know if any of you create content if you watch your own videos. I'm one of those, like, I don't care. I mean, I obviously I do care, but if no one else watched my videos, I would watch my videos. Like, I sit down every single video I upload. I watch it from beginning to end as if I didn't record it, like as if I'm learning something new. So I just, you know, watching this, I'm like, oh wait, what's going to happen? As if I wasn't the one that was literally playing the game. So this is where I first start having issues. So as you can see, there is a little bit of a gap. So at this point, I think I just start ordering different wall sizes, just guessing. Again, probably would have helped me to just measure because there are grids and I could be smarter about that, but hey, that's just not my style apparently. I like to make things harder on myself. And I don't know why I decided to go ahead and place this door because, such a pain. And here I'm thinking, oh, that will be perfect. Nope. So then I move this. Again, not measuring anything, just moving. When I should have placed that small wall first and then measured from there. Because look. So then I shift everything again. Guys, I'm just making things so much harder for myself. And I think at this point, I'm like, I'm satisfied, I'm happy. And later on, you'll see these walls get shifted again. But there we are. And then we start bringing in our stalls. So I will say, I don't like the look of some of the items. I hope that we get more. Like this mirror, don't like it. I don't, and there's no reflection too, and here I was trying to rotate this lamp. It doesn't rotate, so I don't even use it. But there's no reflection, and I'm sure that's like there's a reason, because I know, like, if you guys play other games, like The Sims 4 is one that I played for so long, and if you have a bunch of mirrors in your game, it can cause your game not to perform that well. So, like, something that people do is I think there's options, either turn off the reflections or like lower the settings on that. And also, when you're like playing the game in your own build, just limit the amount of mirrors you have. So I can see maybe why they don't have reflection, but it looks bad to me. And the stalls they look bad. So I hope they add in newer looking things too, because I was kind of disappointed on how the restroom stalls look. Let's just keep going though. But I do like how they kind of just snap together, and then you get the illusion that there are toilets in there. Obviously, there's not. And just placing more items. I wish I don't know if you guys watched my train station project demo, but in that, the placement of objects, I mean, it's chef's kiss. I love that when you place an item and you go to place something on that same grid line, it has not only like a snap feature, but there's like a line that comes out to show that it's level. So I wish that was the case here, because I was struggling to have that sink at the same height. Sometimes I wish I could just combine like my favorite features from a game and put it and just make like the perfect game. Wouldn't that be nice? Because there's so many good things about certain games, and then you're like, oh, if only they had this feature as well. And here I'm just getting more cabinets, and then guys, I get this trash bin. You probably already know what's going to happen. I don't know why I placed this trash bin so early on. It should have been the last thing I placed. I was beating myself up over it. I'm like, these freaking trash bins, they are like, they're out for me. I mean, I don't understand. So here I place it. Stupid move. Rookie mistake. Then immediately, I'm so mad at myself right here. I hope I moved the trash bin. I really do. I think I do. So I think I just move it further. Where do I put it? That way it's not in the entryway. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. But if we go back and add up, and here there's a gap. and I'm like, what to put in that space. So then I start moving everything, I think. Um, but if we were to go and like add up the amount of money I've accidentally thrown away, I'm sure it's not much, but hey, like every little bit counts. Um, Especially in earlier gameplay, now we're making so much money, but like at the beginning, and I still remember me throwing away that box of sugar, I was so frustrated. And then here we are. And I don't know exactly what episode number that was, but this is episode 21. And oh, I do it again. So yeah, I I don't know, but we're at episode 21. I'm still making these mistakes with that garbage bin. So learn from me. I Again, I wanted the bathroom in there for the bathroom in there. I wanted the bin in the bathroom for the, and look at me, I'm so scared to walk in. um just because I think one, it makes so much sense to have um a bin in the bathroom, but just like aesthetically it looks good too. So that's why I wanted that. And then here I am, and I'm like, what to do? So I think I start shifting everything. Yep. Again, those walls, they ended up getting moved so many times. And what do I do here? I think I pick up the same, or no, I start taking walls from over there. Yeah. Guys, would have saved myself so much time. And then here I am like, what to do? There's that tiny gap. So I think I move everything again. I'm pretty sure. Yep. And there we go. And I think, yeah. So I end up shifting those bathroom stalls again. I know I mentioned it before, but sometimes when you're like watching it back, I mean, I don't know. If you don't create content, you know, maybe not, but you're not watching your own gameplay. But sometimes when you're watching this, you're like, why did I do that? You know, there's smarter ways to place that. And my brain just sometimes I make things harder on myself. Or I'm sure too, like if you're watching other people play and you're like, you should have done this. But then like you have to realize like at the time you're just placing it, and there's like off camera though you probably wouldn't have, but you just want to keep the game flowing, because I try not to have where I'm just sitting there. I mean, I guess I could edit that out, but I like to have little to no editing. So I try to just keep the flow of things going, and because of that, I usually make a lot of mistakes. And what am I doing here? So I think we start working on the office, and I think that came together really well. Again, we have issues with those walls. I end up having to create like kind of how I did in the bathroom. Like it's not a column, and I realized that they do have like um there's some sort of column type they have in the modular walls, I think, but I don't use them. And then I completely forget that there's corners. Like we use the big corner in the bathroom, like to build that, but I didn't even think about using the small corners. And I think that may have helped with some of the issues I was having. And towards the very, very end, I pull it out not to use as a corner, but to try to fill up the space. And then I'm like, wait, no, I'm pretty sure I just ditched that idea, because I was just trying to fill in the gaps at that point. But I think the office comes together really, really well. I really like it. And again, in the update, it kind of teased. Let me pull that up actually. Let me get to Steam. So I'm pretty sure it kind of teased something about staff training maybe coming, which I am really excited about. Let's see. So Hypermarket, yes. So this update brings plenty of new items to decorate your store and office, helping you prepare for the upcoming staff management update. So I'm interested to see what that entails. I hope that means one, I would really like a cashier. I know right now we have the self checkouts and only the self checkouts. I don't want to get back on the register, so that register is going to stay outside until we do have a cashier. But I really hope we get one. I think, again, just realism, like it's way more realistic to have, well, it depends on where you live because I don't know if you guys have like your Walmart. Some of our neighborhood Walmarts are self checkout only. I don't like that. I think, and not to get on this rant about, but one, I think that there are people who are not able to, how can I word this? Like they have difficulties with self checkouts. It's easier for them to just to go through a normal checkout. And that could be either they're an elder, they have a disability, whatever the case may be, or they're busy, they're trying to deal with their kids too, and it's just easier to put their items on a conveyor belt and have someone check them out. I don't like that some stores have self checkouts only. I usually avoid those stores actually. Like I typically do go to self checkout, but when you go to those stores where it's self checkout only, it's a longer line because so many people are having issues. So that's my little rant for the day. Moving on. I started that just because I'm like, I want to put in my regular register. So I'm hoping that we get cashiers. So there's that. But moving on, and here we start having gaps. I think pretty sure I just leave it and try to use like a pen or something to cover that up. And at this point, it's a lot of going back and forth on what I want to do, what looks good. I don't even know if the office space will stay here because I am blocking. So behind this wall, like where the couch is, if we go back in there, so behind that wall, there is another shutter. I don't know exactly when we open that part of the store. But what I could do is just put a door and have us like walk through that section, or we can just scrap the whole office idea later on. I don't know. But for now, we'll keep it how we have it. And then at first I had like the lounge area at that back wall, and then I was thinking like if it was like a desk will probably be back there. So I just moved that. And here I'm debating on which way is the right way, even though there's arrows. I was like, what am I doing? And this here, so I think there's other items that I want to add in. So there's like the filing cabinet that I want to put by the desk. I kind of forgot about those items, I will say. I was just trying to get everything placed, and the video ended up being, I want to say 45 minutes, 50 minutes before I sped it up. So towards the end, I was just kind of like, let me wrap this up. I don't want it to be too long. Even though I knew I was going to be speeding it up, I still didn't want it to be like a super long speed build. I wanted to keep it around like the 25-30 minute mark. So let's see. I'm just bringing in more items for the office, but more than likely in the next episode, one will start off by going around showing you everything, but also I may add in some of those other office items just so that we can explore all of the items that have been added to the game. I'm so excited about those plants though, guys. Very, very excited. It is clipping through the wall just a bit, so I hope I move that. I think I do. And I really want like a coffee pot maker and stuff like that. I think that would be really nice. Here, I don't know what I do with this. I think I literally just leave it right there. Doesn't look the greatest, but it's okay. And I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, you could see when I move that wall, there is a shutter behind there. So once we eventually get access to that, I don't know if at that point I would just put a wall so we can walk through the office to this back section, or if I would move the office completely, move it back some. I don't know. And here I am just trying to figure out what to do about this gap. And I think I end up buying the same wall size. No, I don't. Okay, I'm smarter. I was going to say, I think I buy the same wall size as in the boxes out here. But I don't know what I was thinking here. Because I think that's the same wall size as that. So I think I just double it up and just call it a day. And this, what do I do? What am I thinking? And I just move our sign back. And I think we leave the bathroom as it is, but I want to say what I end up doing is I wanted to bring one of those water coolers. Yeah. So I thought it would be nice to have one in the store as well for the customers. I know they're not going to use it. This is all just for visuals. And then I was thinking, like, if someone is, what's someone that's taking a long time shopping, it would be nice if they had a little sitting area. That's why I put it may be weird to put a sofa in the bathroom, but that was kind of my same thinking. If someone was needing like a little bit of a break and they just wanted to sit while someone else is using the bathroom or something, I don't know. I just thought that it would be nice to have that in there and also just filled up some space. But I like that little corner. I know that we eventually get more items like books and stuff. So I was already like thinking it would be really nice to have like a little section where if you like when you go to like a bookstore like Barnes and Nobles, and you while you're browsing, if you want to sit down and read the book a bit, I think it would be nice to have a little section like that. And here I am. I throw away that smaller wall size and then I have to go and buy another one, but it's okay. And again, I just create like a fake wall basically. It, I mean, it works. If I don't point it out, I mean, you probably could tell, but if you're just quickly glancing, you probably couldn't, honestly. And here I'm thinking we have so many employees, only 3 lockers, I'm pretty sure. So I'd get more lockers in. Maybe not, not yet. I know eventually. Oh, I did. Okay. And I don't know what I'm doing with this wall. Okay, so there's that little gap there. And I think I just do that same thing by creating like a false wall, which I don't even think that helped at all looking back, but it's okay. And then I just add in more lockers. Perfect. And I was trying to jump on the table so I can get a better look at everything. And what else do I do then? I think I start debating on working on that like walk-in freezer type thing. And guys, what do I do? I don't know. I start playing around. I don't know what I was thinking here. Like, that's obviously too small of a corner. I don't know what I was doing. Just wasting money, honestly. But I think I don't think that's the last of me placing stuff, because I think what I think to do as well is I'm like, what if I just create, oh, I noticed this gap here. Let's see. All of the messing around with the modular walls. So I think here I get a corner. I don't know why I do that. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. That's not how corners work, see? Like, I don't know why. Again, when you're recording and then here, I'm like, maybe that will fill that gap. Do I leave that? I hope I don't. I hope I think about that. Um, but when you're recording, sometimes like it really like prior to creating content and people will say like YouTube brain or like, you know, like, oh, I didn't see that because I'm just so focused. I understand completely now because I'm like, why did I try to do that? But we're kind of winding up oh goodness. Oh, I didn't realize we were at the end of the video. So we're going to do our outro here, guys. I do appreciate you so much for sticking around playing this game with me. So sorry for the video kind of ending like that, but we'll pick back up in the next one with some gameplay. I truly appreciate you guys so much. If you would consider subscribing to the channel as well as liking the video, it truly helps me. And again, I appreciate you guys so much. We'll talk later. Bye.